Didn't keep the brand going. Hello, everybody. Kathy's the only one here. Hey, Kathy, how we doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. We got two people, and I expect not a lot of people to be here tonight. One, it's Monday night. Two, I'm starting late, but finally got my day over with. Got a bunch of stuff done in the shop, in the office, so on and so forth. So we'll go have a little bit of fun tonight for a couple hours, and then I'm out, and I got to pack, and my flight leaves at 5:35 in the morning. So that means I need to leave here at 4. Probably be up at 3:30, shower, shave, and out the door. Hey, Joe. How we doing? And we got Tracy in the house. All right. All right, let's get to it because we got to turn some stuff tonight. Excellent. Can't wait for Eve to get here. That'll be awesome. Okay, let's fire up the blower. Fire up the lathe. Let's see what speed we're going. Oh, just about right. 1,750 RPMs. All right, what are the sheet here? We are doing, we don't know what we're doing. What ends are we doing on this one for Marie? Any idea? No, I wouldn't have asked.
Oh, my. Oh, I can hear you like stereo.
Yeah, I'm here and delayed.
How exciting. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm here and delayed.
We are baseball batting.
Baseball bat ends. Here we go. That's easy. I know how to do that. And we got a 0.58 finger hold. Then the artist is supposed to figure out what to do in the middle. All right, let me put the TV on here so I don't miss any comments. Hey, Sarah. I was working all day. Started about 6:30 this morning in the office. Came into just about 800 emails. I got through about 350, 400 of them. I always search for my boss, my clients, all that kind of stuff. Had a couple of meetings with the Germans today. Some of my favorite friends over there. And then my boss tells me this morning, he goes, yeah, I'm getting ready to get on a plane to Madrid, Spain, the actual over there in Europe. And then he goes, I'm working on a deal. You might have to go to Romania sometime right after Thanksgiving. So that'll be fun. Need to lower this just a hair. This is one of those thermal deals there where you it changes color. As it heats up, it changes color. Let's see how we're doing for a measurement. I think we're still a little bit fat here. Yeah, we're about a 0.64. Tells you a little bit of the heat we generate when we're turning this here, that it gets like that. Okay, 0.60, we're just about there. Carrie's in on the couch. Hey, Connie. If you've read the Discord, Tammy is still down there a little bit stranded without power. Or without internet. I think they got power now. I think Lee reported back on that one. And that's good, but her internet sucks really bad. So that'll probably take another couple days to fix all that good stuff. All right, that should be right where we need to be. Yep, 0.58 on the money. Hey, Rich, how we doing? How we doing? What'd Connie do? Connie just said hi, Tim, and it's a oh no. Hope everything's good. And I have never been to Bucharest before, so that will be very cool. Never been to anywhere in Romania, actually. When I was a paper boy, there was a lady on my routes, and her name was Mrs. Schmidt, Kathy Schmidt. And she was an older lady, retired, husband gone kind of thing. And she had gone to Romania. And she brought me back these Romanian coins, which I thought were pretty cool. Had those for years, and now I couldn't tell you where they are. I'm in Discord in case anybody wants to jump in there. Cat Joe is a paper girl. I just laid down 3 bags. Oh, 3 bags. Oh my goodness, Connie. Time to just call it a whole different deal. Leave those down. Find something else that matches. I'm sure that's going to go over like a lead balloon. Yeah, Joe, I used to deliver the afternoon paper Monday through Friday and the morning paper on Saturday and Sunday. I had about 200 customers. I knew I liked you, Joe, and that's why. Paper Kids Unite. All right, we're gonna be. This is sort of a green thing when you get heat on it. But now, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I used to deliver the afternoon paper and then Saturday and Sunday morning get up and deliver that Saturday and Sunday newspaper. Of course, that Sunday paper was always a monster with all the comics and all the inserts. They used to deliver those to me on Saturday. Let's see. We got some copper coming in here with this. This turns black, and it's got a little bit of glitter in it, so that'll look cool. I think we might do. Oh yeah, these take me around on a car. Kevin, I didn't ignore you. I just been busy every minute of the day. Couldn't answer your question even if I knew the answer. Wasn't on purpose. Just been running since 6:30 this morning. All right, let's do. I really thinking we got to find the middle. Let's find the middle. 5 1/4, 2 5/8. Yeah, my brother had this 1962 Chevy 2. It was the forerunner to the Nova. A little 4-door sedan with a little 3 on the tree kind of shifting deal. Back in Wheeling, West Virginia. Yeah, those Sunday morning papers. Woo! I'm sitting here twisted about what we're going to do for this. We're probably going to find a little bit more of that copper buried in there, so that might be cool. I hope we do anyway. Smoke your eyeballs better. Hey, Brooke, welcome in. Stay in for as long as you can. The water's warm. You know what? Morse code wouldn't do much for this because I don't know how deep any of that copper is. I could do a flying tire, but again, I don't know what's below this and how much copper is going to come out. I'm hoping a lot. If we do vases and it turns out to be all black, that would be no fun. Candy wrapper is not showy enough for this one. I think maybe we'll just do vases. Yeah, I Dream a Genie doesn't work on this one too well because I don't sort of have a. I mean, that's sort of like a. That might work. I don't know. Might have to flip it around though. Yeah, offset mustache maybe. If I offset it down here, this is, by the way, for a brand new customer. These are going to be her first pens. She saw us on Crafting and Crime Daily, and she's in Ireland. She's probably sleeping right now. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. It's really going to be a gamble as to what's on the inside. I don't know if all this copper slips down in the middle or that's all we get there. Let's try a new design. We're going to make one up to see what we can unbury. So here's the middle of it there. If I do a thing there and I do a thing there, that's not going to be right. Let's go out here to 5/8. 5/8 off the center. And we will do a Cheerio. And then we're going to do a little scoopy thing in here that's sort of like almost like a candy wrapper, but a little bit different. Let's see, where's my Cheerio tool? That's not it. Here we go. All right, we're going to come out here outside this one here. I'm going to give myself a good margin for doing a little scoopy thing in the middle. All right, there's that one. All good ideas, though, but I'm just a little betwixt as to what we're going to find when we dig in. This is a Rapture resin blanks, so there is glitter throughout the whole thing. Don't you love how that heat turns that green? That's so cool. Pete Rose died at 83. Dikembe Mutombo died too, Kevin. 58 years old. So sad. I know that name, Kevin. Who did he play for? Well, that looks pretty cool there. Pete Rose, Cincinnati Reds. Probably one of the greatest catchers to ever play the game and got caught gambling on the games. So sad. Never put him in the Hall of Fame. I don't know how long Pete Rose has been out of baseball, but it's been since I was a young man. Hopefully Tracy and Carrie are catching the comments. I'm sort of concentrating on what we got here. Hey, Kent, John, how you doing? Nice. I'm going to Toronto tomorrow morning, probably on Friday, buddy. And hey, I did delete those items. By the way, Ken and John Woodworking, if you guys will go on the Leopard Leatherworks site and see, he's got a bunch of Christmas ornaments he's putting up there that he's selling. He's a woodworking friend that lives, about a mile north of us here. And he does a bunch of stuff for us, like he's got a big old laser machine. I got a tiny one. He's got a monster. And he cuts out all of our wooden stuff for us that's flat, like the Leopard Leatherworks box. And he just finished cutting out all of my new trinket tray boxes, which when I get back, we're going to be doing a video on and start offering those. And now Rich will have a place to put all the trinket trays he's collecting. And then he'll know where the trinkets go when he's not using a trinket tray. So we did get some copper come out of here. Nice, smooth. That might look really good when we shine it up. That's pretty cool. What are we going to call this design, everybody? It's like Cheerios with a scoop or something. All right, let's get this off. Let's turn the blower off. You know, it sure is quiet without Tammy around. I'll tell you. It is quiet. It's funny. You get so used to somebody, and she's here all the time and never late and always apologetic, which she does what she thinks is wrong, but wasn't really wrong. And it's just quiet. Hey, Cindy, how many trinkets can a trinket tray hold if a trinket tray could hold trinkets? Man, a lot. Yep.
Would you like me to sing to you?
Hey, Tracy's there. Absolutely. What do you got, Tracy?
Nothing good, I promise.
Hey, everybody, check out on the Leopard Leatherworks website. John does a bunch of amazing work over there. He visits a lot of craft shows and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought maybe a little bit of an online presence more, because we got a little bit of traffic going to our website, and people might be looking for some ornaments for the season. I think a lot of them are state oriented, and then he's got others on top of that. So you might find something you like.
Kathy says Tammy's going to come back and apologize for being in a hurricane.
That's exactly right, Tracy. I was just thinking that. She's like, I'm so sorry there was a hurricane.
I'm so sorry my power was out for days.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Like that woman could do any wrong, right?
Right.
Jeez. But we miss her because she adds a bit of flavor and saltiness to the whole thing.
She does. If Lee were here, I'd tell him to shut up just for her.
That's right. Yeah, Lee brushed on the edge of that thing, just got a bunch of rain and was very fortunate. A couple of places up north in Florida of him a few hours weren't so fortunate. That was pretty rough. Yeah, Kathy, you're right. That's right, Kev. Just ask sports stuff. Kevin knows.
Nancy Morris is here.
What's that?
Nancy Morris is here.
Oh, hello, Nancy. That is a new name for me.
Me too.
Welcome in, Nancy.
I have to go get the Kevin.
Carrie's going to go get Kevin.
Yay. So, yeah, we were in the hurricane. I'm so sorry.
We were in the outer bands of the hurricane, but we got nothing. We had ice cream, hot dogs, hamburgers, and filet mignon and prime rib. So I'm not going to say we got hurt at all.
And a friend of mine was going on the cruise after us, who lives in Orlando, for a weekend cruise. And she's like, please vacate my ship.
Bring my ship back.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I get a longer cruise. You're in my time.
I'm not driving the ship. I'm just on it.
I'm just on it. And there was a picture of that Port Canaveral was closed on the news, and there was the Disney Wish sitting out there. I told Tim, that's us. We're on that.
We're celebrities. Can you see us in our stateroom?
This is Nancy's first time joining.
Excellent. Nancy, where do you know us from? You live down the street or different city, state? Are you in Japan, Texas, Oklahoma? We're in Oklahoma, by the way. Well, she'll tell us here in a second where she found us. We're just glad she's here.
Oh, look, you haven't left, Mom. Yeah.
Yeah, not yet.
See what I go through. Oh, boy. Keep me in line.
So what are we going to call this design here? It's like the Cheerios, only a little different.
Well, it's got like a swoopy-doo.
Yeah, I know. It's like the Cheerios because it's got two
green.
Cheerios. But yeah, when you light it up, it's green.
Yeah,
See,
that's cool.
it's one of those thermo deals.
Mutation.
East Texas, awesome.
So that's
Found us on Facebook through Diamond Painting Events. That's awesome.
awesome.
Speaking of a diamond painting event, Eve will probably give you the rundown of the cruise we got planned about a year out. A diamond painting cruise
Yep.
in the Caribbean. It's called Diamonds in the Caribbean.
And now that I'm back from the cruise, I will be setting up a Facebook group for the cruise. Those that have booked already.
And get heavy duty involved with Eve because
Yep.
Eve is like a detailed planner kind of person.
Yes. So Eve and I will be over there. Tim will be there, but mostly Eve and I, and we'll be starting to plan.
No, not mostly. 100% even her.
Yeah, Tim has to turn pen, so it's me and Eve. And so we'll be starting that for those that have booked, and then as people book the cruise that want to go, we'll add you to the group and we'll start planning. And we've got some sponsors lined up.
Hey, Marie Casey's in the house. Marie, this is your pen. One of them.
That sounds like Turner and Hoops. This is not your room.
Heck yeah, John. Everybody go buy a ornament so John can join us on the cruise.
See? More people.
John's got a veteran-owned business. He's a retired Air Force fella. Super wonderful guy. Super wonderful family. Just about some of the nicest people you literally would ever meet. And of course, he and they belong right here in this channel. That's for sure.
The cruise sounds awesome with Deals Mystery. It is awesome, Nancy. It's going to be awesome. It's all diamond painting on the Celebrity Beyond, and it's the Western Caribbean for a full week. And
Okay, go get Kevin now.
yes, I gotta go get Kevin.
Go get Kevin's getting Nancy.
If you wanna-
In case you don't know, Nancy, that's Terry Costello that's talking in the background.
Oh, you're talking in the background.
Yeah, Carrie runs the joint. I'm just the labor. The talent. I'm the talent. I always wanted to be talent. I didn't want to be talented. I just wanted to be talent. You know, Marie, as we were doing this, and by the way, isn't it like very early in the morning over there? It's 8 o'clock here. It must be what, 1 in the morning there? Well, that's not too bad.
Oh, Marie joined Buzz Wednesday. That's at 6 Central. So
And by the way, this business is owned by a couple of Irish people.
yeah.
Carrie is 100% Irish, comes from the Berrigan Doyle clans, somewhere over there about 100 years ago. County Kerry somewhere. And I'm a Costello, even though my name's Costello, it's actually Costello. Nobody pronounces it that way, so don't anybody try. But
Hey, Marsha.
we come from Galway Bay in Ireland, little place called Costello, Ireland. I'm so famous they named a city after me a few hundred years before I was born. Carrie's like rolling her eyeballs.
It already is.
2:05, there you go. 2:05 in the morning. Woo! You're either up early or up late.
Nothing like me.
Yeah, like Carrie. Carrie's a nightclubber. Ooh, that's gonna look cool. That feels nice, man. Okay, let's put a little bit of shine on this baby. What's the hour's drive? Galway Bay or Costello, Ireland? Yeah, my folks, ancestors, not my dad, mom, but ancestors came over, about 100 years ago. Carrie's grandfather spoke with an Irish brogue, so he grew up in Ireland and came to the U.S. as a young man. But anyway, we're glad to have you, Marie, and it's Nancy. Oh, love me some Scotland. I did some Navy time over there on the western side of Scotland. Fell in love with Iron Brew. Okay, that was a good move, everybody. Nice job on that choice of design, because look at that copper popping through there all the way to this end. Look at that. That copper was going down through the middle. Very nice. That'll buff up beautifully. So what are we going to call this turn? It's a new turn. Oh, I got a little bit of a part right down inside next to this Cheerio. I got to get sanded out there. I see a little line. Kevin, Game of Thrones. He didn't like Game of Thrones. It wasn't Marvel enough for him.
Rich said it looks like a banister.
A banister. Ooh. You mean like one of those things you put your hand on as it's going down or is that the rail? Is the banister the baluster that goes up and down? Is that what you're talking about? I always forget what part of the banister is the actual banister. And there's a handrail, there's a baluster that goes up and down, I think.
Rich said yes.
Ah, very good. Yeah, I got to review my This Old House construction techniques. They're always talking about those things on there. Excellent. Yeah, that's we could call this the baluster. There it is.
I like it.
Or we could call it Rich's baluster. That's a new design. Rich's baluster. All right, a little bit more shiny down here in the groove. All right, that is one pretty pen. Now, it's going to be mostly black when it's all done, Marie, because that's that thermal changing nature. Yep, that little line is gone. Beautiful. That's going to buff up nicely. So if you hold it in your hand for a long time, I think it'll turn green again. I'm not sure what temperature that activates at, but it's not real quick. Safety glasses, Tim. Get your safety glasses on. Here we go with Glow. This one's called Glow Glitter Habanero.
Ken John says the banister is the rolling assembly. The spindle is the vertical part of the banister. The handrail is the horizontal part of the banister.
So the banister is the whole assembly. Okay. And the spindle, so that's the up and down part, is the vertical part of the banister. The handrail is the horizontal part of the banister. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, cool. Hey, Barb. Nancy Morris, yes, ma'am. This is all resin, and there's a lot of glitter in this one. As you can tell, it's called, let me bring this up a little bit so it focuses better. Let me make sure it's wiped off. Maybe call it a spindle. That, spindle's the right name for something, Sarah Ann. I'm not sure what that would be. Oh, you mean call that design the spindle? Yeah, this one doesn't want to focus on this. Let me see if I can get it to. This glitter will pop your eyeballs. It's sort of a salmon red kind of color with a bunch of glitter in it that is different sizes, hexagon shaped, all the way to the smallest pieces. Nah, it's focusing on my hand, but not the blank. Hello, Barb H. Glad you're here. Then there's the newel post. Yeah, that's that big thing on the bottom, right? The big decorative kind of deal. That's the pride and joy for many homes with a great grand staircase, is that newel post. All right, we'll get rid of the label first. There we go. Drop this down just a hair. Slow this down just a little bit. There we go. All right, we got it down to 0.66. 0.08 more. 2 hairs and a thread. And we leave these just a little fat because we got to sand it down to get that glitter unevenness gone. So that's super smooth. 0.64. Elevator down.
Hi, Marcy. That's me, Tracy.
I heard you say something, Tracy, but I can't hear you too well with the blower on. Okay, 0.64 on that, 0.6 there. Got a little bit more to go. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Nice. We should do a live one night with you, John, on our channel as well, in addition to what you want to do. So that'll be fun to do. Point 0.6 on there, 0.6 on there. We're going to go just a little bit more, and then we're going to sand it down from there. Now, this one here might be a flying tire all day long. Dang, that thing has such depth. We get this thing all cleared up, it is going to be very three-dimensional looking because there's not too much glitter in here. I think it's just the right amount. All right, let's go. Let's find the middle first. This one is for Marie, Joe. She's in the chat here. She's a new customer, found us through Crafting and Crime Daily. And she's in Ireland, which I love. So green over there all year round. There's a YouTuber I watch that's up in Ireland. She's a singer, and her name escapes me right now, but if somebody said it out loud, I would go, yeah, that's it. Does a lot of good covers. She's sort of one of those street buskers. And I know that Marie's probably going to go, it's this girl. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's it. She's pretty famous now. Got millions of subscribers on YouTube. Yes, this would make a killer flipper. If we cut about an inch off of this thing, woo, it'd be pretty. And yes, Joe, this would be an absolutely gorgeous flipper. It'd be just like Tracy's, only a different color. You know it, Sarah. We're all waiting. We got you. Well, I missed all the exciting bad sentences, but hey, you know, I'm working.
Rebecca from Crafting and Crime Daily lives in Kansas also, Marcia.
Is Rebecca back from Joanne's yet?
I think she was supposed to be home today.
I know she had a multi-day drive to get back. And now, Marie, if you want to know what a flying tire is, in America, the Ohio State, or the state of Ohio Highway Patrol has a logo on the side of their cars and their badges and all that kind of stuff. And it's got a tire, like a wheel, with wings coming out. And that's what this particular one is taken from. Hello, Rebecca. We were just talking about you. Are you home yet? You probably already answered that and I missed it. John, Sarah lives up by the Buc-ee's. There's only one Buc-ee's in all of Colorado, and she's lucky enough to live near it. North of Denver, of course. Oh, nice, Joe. They bring you an iron brew and some Tunnix wafers? If they didn't, they need to go back and get some because I need some too. Now, not on all, just to let you know what I'm doing, not on all blanks or pens do I use this sanding block. But I definitely use it on the ones with the large glitter. And that's why I leave the pens a little bit fat from their finished size and then sand them down nicely. And that makes it a lot smoother because this big glitter can create quite a bunch of cavities. Because in the grand scheme of things, resin does not stick to glitter. It encases it very well, but it doesn't adhere to it. So I do this until I get it real smooth. You know, Eve, I'm going to thinking it's down south, maybe Georgia. I don't think there's one in Virginia, is there? Anybody know? I'd have to go to the Buc-ee's website, and they got all the locations mapped out. And they're always expanding, so. Hey, Eve, in New Jersey, can you pump your own gas yet, or is that straight up still pumping the gas people? I know Oregon gave that up.
Tim, Ken John wants to know what grit do you sand those up to?
So this is an 80 grit sanding block. It's I usually don't use this, but I do this on the bigger glitter particles. But generally, it's 320, 600, and 1,000. And then we'll use polish after that, and then I buff them up. And we'll take these over to the buffer because I'm going to skip past OBS because it is goofy, but StreamYard will pick up my buffer camera. I know the camera works. I just can't get OBS to like it. And just like in woodworking, John, the longer you spend at the lower grits, the easier the higher grits go. So we spend a lot of time down here in the basement of grits. There are no Buc-ee's in Jersey. Yeah. Jersey girls do not pump gas, and I will hope we never do. Yeah, that's probably why Buc-ee's won't come into New Jersey till they get rid of that gas pumping thing. Hey, I pump my own gas there when I was back in Jersey. Is it against the law to pump your own gas? Kentucky. There you go. Kentucky is not in Jersey, Ken, John. Tennessee, South Carolina, and Kentucky. Yeah, Kentucky might be your closest one, Eve, and that's a drive. All right, this is getting very smooth. I like it. Whoo, it's like glass. It's against the law. Jersey is, I think, the last remaining state where there is no self-service gasoline stations. It's a union thing. It's an employment thing. Ooh, that feels good. Okay, on to the next paper. Yes, ma'am, Eve. It's a ways from Tam's house, but yeah, you could stop by Tammy. I'd give it a month or two. Let them get, Oregon was like that, but I think they just passed a law, Marcia, that now allows you to do self-serve. But yes, they resisted for a very long time. I was a gas pump jockey filler when I was a kid. Delivered newspapers, then I worked as a stock boy at a convenience store, and then I went and worked at a couple of gas stations, pumping gas, checking oil, changing tires, checking pressure, selling tires, selling oil, all that good stuff. Back in the day when you pulled in and said, fill her up. Can I wash the windows, check the oil, check the air pressure in the tires, and then sent them on their way after they paid. Good. Dang, it's nice. And I will be in Canada tomorrow morning. Oh, Canada. We hear that Tim is coming. Oh, yeah, there you go. North Carolina, you betcha. That's because you're old. I'm old because they pumped gas back then, or? I got to tell you, John, I feel like I'm 25, man. John was around when I had my garage shop full of woodworking tools and ready to take the world on fire, and then sold them all and said, oh, we're going to do pens or something else. Still got 2 tools to sell. All right, so now I go nice and slow, feeling for any glitter that wants to flip up. And then I go the other way, make sure there's nothing going that way. Yep, very nice. All right, let's get the old polish out. Yeah, I remember that 25 cents a gallon, Marcia, but by the time I got out of high school, it was 71 cents a gallon, and that was self-serve. It went up fast. Gas crisis of What was that, 74, 75? I can't remember the year. I didn't drive then. I was too young at that point. Still looking to get rid of my chop saw. Got that Delta Cruiser on one of those Harbor Freight Hercules stands with a big hood on it. Oh, yeah, that's going to be pretty when I buff that up. Man, you could see almost in the middle of that pen. The last time I remember $1 a gallon must have been about, let's see, we were in Utah at that time, and it was at the Chevron on that corner. And that must have been moved from there in probably about 98, 99 maybe. I forget the exact year. I just remember the gas station. Been longing for those days ever since. All right, let me get these holes chamfered out, and then we will pop over to the buffer. Carrie has opened the garage door. She must be home. Let's see. Where are my... Let's see. Settings, camera. Let's go to that one there. Is that the buffer? Nope. That's the mixing bench. Hey, Kev. There's the buffer.
You fixed the camera. We can see the buffer.
Aren't we on the buffer?
We are.
Oh, good. Yeah. Whoops. That buffer's stronger than I am.
Do you have that camera looking down on the buffer?
Say again, Marcia. Tracy.
Do you have the camera pointed down on that buffer?
That's correct. Am I supposed to have it another way or a better way?
No, I was just asking because the angle looked different than what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, it's looking right down on it, just like I'm looking down on the lathe.
Yep, that's awesome.
So, Joe, has your sister and brother-in-law gone back to Ireland or Scotland yet, in Ireland and whatever? They need to get us some Iron Brew and Tunnix wafers and bring them back. Tell them they can leave any time. I'll give them money. I don't expect them for free. What's that, Kev? I can't hear you.
They're investigating death of Pete Rose.
Oh, what happened?
Because a family member found his body.
A family member found his body. No signs of foul play. That's good. They're probably looking for Pete Rose's betting slips. Yeah, the Delta Cruiser chop saw, John, and the scroll saw. Those are the two things I don't need anymore. I would love to play with the scroll saw a lot, but man, I'm telling you, I just don't have any time. As you know, it would be a very soothing thing to do, I'll tell you. Yeah. That's the only reason he's not in the Hall of Fame. I still think they should put him in the Hall of Fame. He was that good. All right. There they are. All shiny and pretty. Not sure how that's focusing. Is that focusing pretty good on there?
It's focusing better on your hands. The glitter one is not focusing really well, but that green one is stunning.
Yeah, I think that glittery one is just throwing too many light rays at the camera or something.
I think so too.
But
But
it
that
is.
green one you can see really well. That is shiny.
Yeah, that and here's the cool thing is I don't do a CA finish. A lot of people to get their things shiny will do a CA finish, and that's a fancy type of super glue. The problem with me is I don't trust that finish in the long run. Let me change this camera and go this direction. Let me change the camera in the thing. This is the final step almost, besides the alcohol swab here. Let's go to that camera there. I think that'll take us over. Nope, it's not that one. It is that one. Okay, there we go. Into the drill press. And what I'm going to do now is drill out the holes. I drill them really shallow when I put the bushings in because I don't want the bushings to, the shoulder of the bushing to hit the top of the pen. So I come in here and now I drill them so that your actual diamond painting tip can fit in it. Where before it wouldn't have fit. And it also cleans out the hole very nicely. All right. Let's aim that guy back down here. And then I'm going to use a little bit of alcohol and clean out anything left remaining in the hole. That way your pen is perfectly clean and finished from stem to stern. So I saw Rebecca on earlier. Did she make it home?
She did.
Oh, very nice. Glad she's safe.
Yep, me too.
Yep. We're going to drive up there one day. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. Maybe in the next month or so, and get Marcia and her and us together and have lunch or something.
Oh, that would be crazy.
It would be fun.
Yeah, it would.
Okay. So now these, you can see all the way down into the holes are perfectly clean all the way down in. And I clean out the holes with the alcohol. That way you've got a fully finished pen inside and out. And there they are. Maybe they could focus a little better there. Ooh, that's a good focus.
That's really good.
Man alive, those are beautiful. Very nice. Good design on that green and copper one, everybody.
The
Good
ballast.
job. And what are we going to call that again? Rich's banister?
I thought you said baluster.
Baluster. I'm not sure what it is now. Oh, my goodness.
Pick one.
Let's see. All right, I'll put that in Carrie's finished box so she can pack it up and get it out of here. Get it to the rightful owner. Okay, let's see who's next. Who do we got next on the chopping block? Let's see. It is Kim. Ooh, this should be pretty. And I don't know if this is, oh, she wants this 4 inches long. Ooh, here comes a flipper, Joe. Here comes a flipper. Tracy.
I love flippers.
I'm telling you. And it's going to be rounded, pointy, 4 inches long. Dang.
Any screw in ends?
No screw and ends on this one. So let me show everybody the blank. So what we've got here, typical blank, when you put glitter in it and you pour it like that the glitter gets thin on this end and it's very thick down on this end. We don't want to turn into that. So if we're going to get a 4-inch blank out of here, we want to make sure we get the best 4 inches of this blank. And I would say, I'm going to put it in between these guys, even though we're not going to turn it that way. That'll hold it there for a second. So if I'm looking from 1 to 4, I think I can go as far down as this, about right here, and then 4 inches right up there. And that will give us a really good smattering of the leaves and the hexagons. Is that a hexagon? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6-sided thing. Hexagon, I think, isn't it? Pentagon, hexagon, yeah, I think that's what it is. Octagon's 8, septagon is 7. Oh yeah, I got that down. All right. Woo, that is short. Look how short that one is. 4 inches. And drill some holes in here to put some bushings in. And this is going to be rounded, pointy, so there's not going to be a whole lot of room for a design in the middle. Dang, that's going to be a little one. I don't think I've done a pen this short in a long time. 4 1/4 we get pretty commonly, but this one, woo, that is a flipper. Is that my bandsaw, John?
Yes, the same. When you were cutting, he wanted to know if that was your bandsaw you were
Yes,
using.
that was my bandsaw. My $169 bandsaw. I don't know, Rebecca. You could just flip that right between your fingers. Okay, blower on. We're going to do rounded pointing. So we're going to come in here. We're going to do a 0.54. That's pretty small. .65, a long way to go. Yeah, Tracy, 4 1/4 is a good size. I'll tell you, that's a pretty successful flipper size. Yeah, John, I had the Harbor Freight bandsaw for a while, and somebody convinced me into getting the Wen off of Amazon, and believe it or not, that one's actually better. For what I need. I mean, I don't. All I do is saw off blanks generally, or cut up molds, or the result of the molding. I'd love me a big Laguna 15-incher, but can't justify that cost for what I do. Okay, 0.55. We'll leave that one there. Come over to the other end now. What's up, Kevin?
I sent this to John. I think about 3 rows dying. He just texted that. Put him in the hall.
John who? John on there?
No,
Oh,
my John.
oh, John Pearson. Gotcha.
Okay, he said put him in the hall.
Absolutely. Put him in the hall.
Look at how many stone bases he got.
I agree. Yeah, John. That would be like mega overkill, wouldn't it? I'm telling you, this is almost a keychain model here.
Three hits, 3,200 career singles, over 35 games, 35 games, got 14,000 bats, 15,000 career.
Yeah, he played a long time.
He got, I think he's like,
All right, there it is. Now let's thin up the middle a little bit here. Yeah, Pete Rose, probably the greatest player ever to not be in the Hall of Fame. Yep. Okay, so if we look at this in our hand, that's how short it is. True flipper. Look at that, Rebecca. That is your size right there. Boom. And I'm sort of thinking anything that I do in the middle of this thing is going to be pretty annoying. You know that? Because look, when I put this up,
What about a mustache?
you know, if you put a mustache in there, we're going to gouge in the middle here. We're going to lose a lot of those little leaves in there. That's what I'm wondering is this just going to be a cute little back-to-back flipper? If I do that, if I go here in the middle, that's going to take a lot out, and it's going to look anemic, I think. That is crazy. I've never done one this small. I mean, look, the finger grip takes it almost up to the middle of the pen. You know, I wouldn't do that on this one, Cindy, because those skews on a clear pen are very hard to clean up. Like on your pen where we did those things in there, those were really hard to make look fantastic.
That's pretty enough to wear and small enough to where if you just gloss it up, would it look good left alone?
It just fits so nicely like that. If I do something, depending upon the size of their fingers, they may feel it in their grip.
I think it looks good like that. Just like you have it. It looks comfortable.
It looks cute, doesn't it? I mean, look how
Yeah.
small it is.
Yeah.
Maybe just thin it a little bit, Connie. I was thinking maybe a little thinner in there. Maybe just a couple of
I mean,
hundred.
it's going to be gorgeous with those leaves and stuff in it.
Oh, absolutely. This thing's going to be stunning. And it's super clear glitter, so it'll shine up like a glistening rocket.
I think that's the fancy.
Okay, let me turn the blower on. We're going to thin this up just a hair. I want to get a little sexier curve coming out of the finger hole too. That looks nice. Good finger approach area there. And now we will thin this belly right here a little bit. All right, there it is. And we got one piece of glitter popping out right there. Look at that leaf. So I need to cut that one off or it's going to lift that plastic or that resin out of there. Now, let me turn the blower off.
Sarah Ann thinks that lays nicely in the crotch of your hand, Tim.
Yes, it does. Without its own crotch, it lies well in your crotch of your hand. See, we got a little bit of a shiny leaf right there, which means there's a little piece of resin gone off of there, but it's not sticking up. So we're okay. All right, here we go. Let's put a little bit of 120 on this bad boy here. We won't go all the way to 80. Let's get our diaper out. We do have a, we'll see how that comes out. She said crotch. It's like Beavis and Butthead days. She said crotch. We're going to spend a little bit of time on this like this just to, I can hear those little pieces of glitter catching. So we'll slowly wear them down. That piece of sand block just goes right back and forth across that hump.
Joe thinks it needs something.
What's that?
Joe thinks it needs something. Maybe like a little dip in the middle.
Well, I've been accused of many things and I've been called dip something or other, but I'll be the dip in the middle.
You dip, I dip, we dip.
That's it. I've been called a dip something.
No, Rebecca, that's me on StreamYard, Tracy.
Yeah, that's Tracy on StreamYard. I think I'm the only one in Discord right now. Yeah, we're going to need some CA filler on this. There's some big chunks of glitter like that one there that just want to be right on the surface. And the resin chips off because it can't stay there anymore. Not too many, though.
That is clear as glass.
That's because it's wet right now. Wait till I get it dry and you'll go, oh, uh-oh. Because remember, it's only 80 grit. Looks great when it's wet, though.
Mm-hmm.
That is for sure. Denise is back. She's not doing well. She's a little bit ill. Caught something somewhere.
Eve wants to know what a CA filler is.
So this is CA glue. The name of it is cyanoacrylate. CA, cyanoacrylate. It's very fancy super glue. Super high-end super glue. So right now what I'm feeling is, like right here, not sure if you can see it, there is a spot that has a piece of the glitter coming up through the surface and it loses. So I put just a drop of CA on there just to fill in that hole. And then I hit it with the hardener. See how clear that looks when it gets wet, Tracy? Crazy, isn't it? We'll put a little bit more on there. The whole idea is to fill that in. And then we'll sand it and it'll be all nice and filled. So I'm looking for, if not, you'll always feel that little piece sticking up out of there. So we'll just get rid of it. It's going to be a gorgeous pen when we're done. This thing is going to shine like the dickens. But there's really only that one. The rest of them are sort of right there, maybe a little bit. And this stuff here is an activator, and it cures real quick. Real fast. Yeah, see, it's already all dry, cured up. Now I'll take my little X-Acto knife and just get off the higher chunks. All right, and now it's good enough to start sanding again. Sometimes large glitter, no problem at all. Sometimes they're just sitting right at the right spot. Look at Joe. Yeah, Sarah already broke the crotch joke for the day, Joe. And we just go gently into the night sanding to get it all nice and smooth again. I can hear it on the sandpaper. When it gets very smooth, it gets really quiet. And although we're using CA, it's not a CA finish because we're essentially except what fell into the hole.
What do you use for the screw-in tips on the ends? Do you use the CA for that?
I do put a drop of CA on the inside of the hole to grab that bushing. I pressure fit a lot of them, and there's probably a great chance it'll never come out, but there's also a chance that it might. So one little drop of CA and good insurance.
Getting those in both ends of my flipper was one of the best decisions I've made.
Yeah, if you have screw-in threads or screw-in tips, it works very well, doesn't it, Tracy?
It does.
It
It
just
does.
holds it firm and doesn't let it go. And we provide O-rings, which make it even a more little firmer grip, keeps it from getting loose. Sort of acts as a washer. Still a little high spot right there. Okay, we're getting it. Slowly but surely. And that's why we charge a little bit more for big glitter blanks, because it's a foreign object in that resin, and it just takes longer. But man, is it pretty.
Steve said, so those two products are for filling little divots, tiny scratches.
Well, they're
Not
actually,
tiny
it's
chips,
actually just super
chips and
glue. It's
scratches.
it's an adhesive, but we commonly use it to fill little holes because it comes out perfectly clear when you're done. But realize once you get it on there, it takes as you can see, a lot of sanding to get rid of the excess. Now, if I were fancy, I'd get a little toothpick full of that stuff and apply it little by little, but I'm not that fancy. I'm going to use some 80 right in there just to get that down.
John says, Tim, they make microtips for those bottles. He has a bunch of them. Remind him Friday when you come over and he'll give you a bag of them.
Oh, I got the micro tips. Like I said, John, I'm just not all that fancy. And I'm about out. I got to go get new bottles anyway. And you'd be surprised why they give you so many micro tips, because they get clogged real fast. Humidity is one of the largest ingredients in the activator, water. So they just put a solvent and a squeezy stuff in there to get it out of the can. But the humidity in the air seizes up that stuff pretty well. You know, John, I am going on that trip to Romania in December, likely. I'll have to see how much Romanian chocolate I can pick up for your daughters. Is that a thing, Romanian chocolate? It's Europe. Got to be something over there, right? Ooh, that's getting smooth now. My goodness. I like it. It just takes work, folks. Just a little work, that's all. Yeah, I know. It's been a while since I've been over to Europe. I haven't been there in a year and a half, I think. I brought his daughters back a whole bunch of European chocolate. Good stuff, fun stuff. And it's the Milka and the Lindt and some Ritters and stuff that we can't get here in the States. For whatever reason, they've got some flavors over there in Germany and Poland that we don't get over here. So those are the ones I buy. They're unique.
Don't forget all of your Leopard Leatherworks daughters when you're buying chocolate.
I think that we take care of that with Werther's, don't we? That's Carrie's little magic trick. If I can come back with a couple of bags of violet crumbles from Toronto, they may have them up there. They're actually from Australia, but violet crumbles are awesome. They're sort of this honeycomb kind of crunchy thing bar wrapped in chocolate. It's pretty good. I don't know how to describe it, but it definitely is some kind of puffy honeycomb stuff. No honey, just that honey flavor. You could start seeing the fancy leaves in there. Ooh, that feels good. Very nice. Let's break out the my family eats Carrie's candies. Yeah, I know, John. That's why they like them. What I like about European chocolates or British chocolates or whatever is they don't have the paraffin in it that a lot of U.S. chocolate, low-end chocolate has. And that makes them milkier and meltier and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, it's just chocolate. They just do a better job at it.
See, Eve agrees with me. We are all your daughters for that trip.
John, your daughter's got some competition. Sarah and me too. I want chocolate. Whoo, that came out nice. Look at that. Dang. If I can keep my dusty paws off it, it'll look a lot better.
That's beautiful.
That is really cool. Cindy too.
You had to talk about European chocolate.
Yep, had to. You just have to. You just can't not, right? You just can't not do it. Okay, let me get over to the buffer here. I think that camera right there. There we go. Let me pop these bushings out of here. And this is one of the cutest little pens I've ever done on purpose. All right. Oops, other end. All right, now I'll chimp for the ends. All right, over to the buffer we go. Ooh, that's pretty. Beautiful. Okay, let me drill these now. And then we're going to take this one under the digital microscope.
Martha wants chocolate too. She said she can act like she's 5. Stands on her head for 1 second and then giggles about it.
You guys are funny. Probably not going there till December if I go at all this year, but likely in December. All right, let me switch it to the digital microscope. Boom. How's that for cool?
Wow.
Now, if you look up in
That's
here, look
really
at this
cool.
very, very finished hole. Let me see if I can focus in on that.
Look at the tiny, tiny glitter.
See, that's how I want my pens to come. Nice chamfered hole, all finished, all clean.
Marcia said that's crazy cool.
And what I'm looking at tonight, see that light reflection there?
Yes.
That's how smooth the pen is.
Oh,
Nice,
wow.
nice sharp line.
Wow.
Oh, look at that there. How shiny that is. Dang.
Is that where the glue is? That one spot right there?
No, you can't see the glue anymore. I think the glue though was let's see, where was the glue? You know, I can't find where the glue was. Oh, I think it was right there. See that leaf that's half cut off there?
Yep.
That's where the glue was.
Joe said that's gorgeous, Tim.
That is so cool. I love this digital microscope. Look at my fingerprints. Want to get into my thing? Dirty hand. Anyway, there we go. That's pretty cool. Love doing that once in a while. It's fun. That is a 250x digital microscope. It's not like, you know, we're looking at molecules or anything, but if you look at a, just to give you an idea, here's my ruler, and everybody knows what a ruler looks like. That's what we're looking at there. So nice and close. And you can come up here even tighter and focus it even tighter on there.
John said thanks for the screenshot of your fingerprint.
Heck yeah, man. You'll get you in all the big vaults in the banks around here. I'm sure it'll work. Oh, great, everybody. I have got to go get packed, go to bed, and get up in about 5 hours or 6. What is it? 9:20. Got to be up by 3:30. Yeah, so about 6 hours. Let's see. Let's get back here to there. All right. Anyway, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me on Monday night. We will be back, of course, in our glory on Friday night again, as long as you are here. If you are not here, then we have no glory at all. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Let's see. And thank you, Connie and everybody. Glad you're here, John. Hope your wife is doing well in her studies. Her wife's getting his wife's getting a bachelor's degree in some kind of fun stuff. Jeez. Can't even talk tonight. Thank you, Barb. Good night, everybody. And we are going to roll. Thank you, Tracy, for popping in and reading everything and doing all that good stuff.
You're welcome.
And here we go. See y'all later in the week.
Good night, everybody.